we welcome you to the Prep A Championship between the St. Benedict's Prep Gray Bees and the Pennington Red Raiders. A phenomenal matchup here as St. Benedict's goes for its 28th title in a row, 27 straight Prep A crowns. As we are nearly ready to get underway here, we'll have some time to go over the starters for both teams. For the St. Benedict's Prep Gray Bees, Joseph Magera in net. And the defense will be Brian Pacelli, William Dukovic, Joe Alba and Mickey George, the two captains, Matthew Moreno, Alan Gavilanes, Luan Lamas, Celio Pompau, Felipe Lucas, and Luis Silva up top for head coach Jimmy Wandling, class of 1992. Pennington Red Raiders on the other side. As you get a look at the St. Benedict's Prep Gray Bees, there are the Pennington Red Raiders on the field in their home whites. Max Pinato, Kyle Galloway, Jared Sabarski, Marco Di Natale, Adam Charles are the defenders. In the midfield, Jared Panson, Pedro Dalabella, Ibrahima Diop, Eric Broadway, Nico Herrerias, Dawson Dekoff up top. Under head coach Chad Bridges. Speaking of the head coaches, let's meet the two coaches for these respective squads. Jim Wandling, 7th season. He was the captain of St. Benedict's in 1991 when they won the national championship. In fact, this team has won the national championship 10 times, and he has been a part of 5 of them. His team has won 4 national titles in the last 5 years. On the other side, Chad Bridges. He's done a great job with this Pennington program. He was a great prep player in his own right, a 3-sport athlete at Pennington, played at Drew University, led them to some NCAA tournaments, and he was one of the top defenders in the nation when he played at the Pennington school. But the teams have taken their spots on the field. The Gray Bees in the maroon jerseys, they'll move right to left in this one. And in the white jerseys will be the Pennington Red Raiders. Pennington, the number 1 seed in this tournament. And they're the number 1 seed in this tournament because these two teams tied all the way back early in the season. It was a 1-1 game. And Delran was the only opponent that these two teams had played in common. And Pennington beat Delran. St. Benedict's Prep, they have 3 losses this year. One of them came to Delran. In fact, St. Benedict's Prep, as this ball is played by Pennington here in the back. And the Gray Bees try to turn upfield. Pennington here, the right back position. They'll play it along the right side. St. Benedict's had a 70-game unbeaten streak into this year that was snapped when they lost to that team, Delran. In fact, it was a 69-game winning streak, and then Pennington tied them. Here's Pennington with an early chance and an early goal! Ibrahima Diop from Senegal. And the midfielder puts Pennington on the board first here on their home field. What a start for the Red Raiders. Diop beats Magera. And St. Benedict's Prep goes down 1-0. So St. Benedict's Prep, not only were they not the number 1 seed in this tournament for the first time in a long time, they were the number 3 seed in the tournament. Petty was number 3. No, Petty was number 2. Pennington number 1. So St. Benedict's coming off of a win against Petty in the semifinals, and before that they had to play the Hun School. They scored 11 goals. So since the Prep A tournament started, St. Benedict's has been playing some of their best soccer all year long, but they'll have to play from behind here as they try to overcome the 1-goal deficit courtesy of Ibrahima Diop. Trying to flick it ahead along the right side. And Luis Silva was the last to touch for the Gray Bees. That's Diop committing the foul. Just over 2 minutes into this one. "27 straight Prep A crowns for the Gray Bees of St. Benedict's Prep." We saw them last year in the Prep A title game on their home field at NJIT, as that'll be a foul against Pennington and a set piece to come here for the Gray Bees. They beat Blair 1-0 in that Prep A championship, but I don't believe Blair Academy had a shot in that Prep A title game last year. They were so dominant in the midfield, these Gray Bees. Alan Gavilanes, the midfielder, the senior midfielder, will play a lefty ball in here. 3-man wall outside the 18. Ball comes in, finds the head of Pennington and out of harm's way. They'll clear it away all the way back to midfield. Headed by Joe Alba. And Diop tries to win possession. But back it comes for St. Benedict's. Oh, nice move there. Once again, it's number 11, Gavilanes. And from the ground, Pennington able to defend it away. Near side, Celio Pompao. He's wearing the number 10 for St. Benedict's. He is the leading scorer this year. Well, among the leading scorers. 9 goals this year for Pompao. Also 9 goals for Philip Lucas. Long ball played. This is going to get in on the keeper of Pennington. And Max Pinato will roll it back to restart. Again, it's Pompao. Faking the cross. Good work there in the corner. And they're going to call the foul against St. Benedict's. Wow, I saw that. I think that looked like incidental contact as the two Pennington players came together. But they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to the Red Raiders there. And they'll restart from the back. And you'll hear a lot of chatter from the sidelines as we are situated right near both benches. Jimmy Wandling and Chad Bridges, the two head men for these respective soccer powerhouses. Pinato grabs it at the top of the 18. Again, a quick restart. Another tackle at midfield here for St. Benedict's. Louis Silva along the right side. Silva beats his man. He cannot keep it in. Pedro Dolabella forced them out. Dolabella from Brasilia, Brazil. Number of international players for both teams. You'll hear some international sounding names as you watch this broadcast. That's Mickey George. And now St. Benedict's will have to reset with their defenders. Lumas lays it to the near side. Joe Alba. Alba, the captain, plays it in the middle. Deflected away by Pennington. Diop swung and missed. And now Adam Charles, the left back. One goal lead here for the Pennington Red Raiders. Ibrahima Diop, the goal scorer. He's got the ball here. Trying to work it back into the middle of the field. Wins a throw. St. Benedict's Prep comes away with it here in midfield. George looking to spring his man along the left side, and he gets Celio Pompao. Pompao with a lefty cross, deflects in, right in on the goalkeeper, Pinato. And he restarts with a quick throw. Good idea as he tried to find Eric Broadway, did number 7, Nicholas Harares.
We don't need you to come here. You got to step over Allen. Come on, Solio. Go play with him. Pressure them. You want time.
Turned over in the midfield.
Go ahead. Put pressure.
Back goes Adam Charles to chase in the corner. Charles settles. Hits it long. Headed there by Matthew Moreno of St. Benedict's. Gavilanes working hard for the Gray Bees. Here's Diop playing trail for Pennington. Diop receives back. Mickey George, beautifully done, the captain for St. Benedict's. Alba and George, two key parts of the team last year that won the national championship. Back in action for the Gray Bees this year, looking for at least a prep state championship. Trying to get George as Luis Silva looked to spring him. It's a throw in on the far side. It's George now. Mickey George with a beautiful lefty cross, but it's headed away by Kyle Galloway. Now, Arias, he's from Mexico City, and he's going to go down here and look to be in a little bit of pain as he holds his head. Got tangled up with Celio Pompao. And it's going to go against Pennington.
Get in the box. Silva, get in. Keep organizing the back. Challenge the keeper. Look at Celio. Look at Celio. Phil, get to the keeper. Phil.
You can hear some of the chatter in the background there as Joe Alba looks to play this one in. Celio Pompao is the guy that they're saying try to get it to. By the way, that was the 30th goal of the season for Ibrahim Adia. And defended well here by Pennington. Mickey George able to wrestle away his defender and play it back in on the goalkeeper. Still 1-0, 9 minutes in. It's the home team and the Pennington Red Raiders leading the 27 consecutive defending Prep A state title, Prep A state champions, the Gray Bees of St. Benedict's. Gavilanes knocks it ahead and played safely out of harm's way by the defender here for Pennington. That's Pedro Dolabella. Got a whistle here as Gavilanes tries to get his equipment squared away. It's going to be a free kick for the Gray Bees, and Mickey George will line it up. Instead of George, it's actually Luis Silva. Two-man wall. Diop there fronting as well as Arias.
Hey, feed him to the spot. Feed him.
Here's the delivery. Far post. Finds the back. No, went over the net, but there was a flag up anyway, so Pennington will get to restart safely from the back. St. Benedict's losing Johnny Antunes to graduation last year. He's playing for Monmouth. Antunes among the National Players of the Year. Phenomenal midfielder. Here's Diop. Playing it in on the keeper, and the first touch, excuse me, for Joseph Magera. As Pompao plays a beautiful ball. Pennington stays calm in the back. Beautiful night for some soccer. Might get some sprinkled showers in here at some point. It did rain on and off throughout the evening. During the Prep A girls game, it was clear for the most part, and then in the second half, about 20 to 25 minutes of some sustained rain, but no lightning, no thunder. They were able to play through everything. And we expect the weather to stay, for the most part, clear here for this Prep A boys title game. This is Luis Silva chasing it on the far side for St. Benedict's. Weaves his way towards the middle of the field. And well done there by St. Benedict's, switching the field on just 2 passes. And this will go all the way through, and saving it on the far side is Adam Charles. You can hear the faithful of St. Benedict's Prep coming down from Newark. They are not used to being on the road here in this Prep tournament. First time maybe in the last 20 years or so. Not entirely sure, but it's the first time in a long time that they are not the 1 seed in this tournament. Still probably the favorites, but Pennington has come out and scored the first goal in this game, and so far have looked very calm in the back. You know they're not going to be scared of St. Benedict's based on tying them earlier in the season. So they've seen the Gray Bees. They're not going to be surprised by the elite play by the Gray Bees. And this might be as good a chance as ever for any Prep A team to halt this dominant win streak by St. Benedict's in the Prep A title. 2 substitutions for Pennington. Number 9 and Timmy Coe comes in. Number 14 and Chris Egg Krings comes in.
No turn, no foul. No turn, no foul. Celio with the 9. Celio. Time.
Ahead from Galloway. Off the chest of Eric Broadway. And Mickey George has a tackle away by Broadway. Now Diop leads the team by a long shot in goals this year. Oh, beautiful move on the far side. Adam Charles, the defender, makes a move and tries to cross in. Played back in here as it's loose. And it will deflect here to the near side. And work its way all the way up top. And nearly hit one of our cameras. From the back, Pennington has it on the far side now. Again, it's Charles. Clearly enjoys making runs along the left side of the field. This time, though, he's got to get back, but because he was tackled away, however, the deliverance goes out of bounds on the far side, intended for Mickey George. 1-0, 15 minutes into the first half.
No foul. Don't let him out. Don't let him
It's the Prep A championship game live here on the Strive Network. It's been a heck of a run for St. Benedict's Prep. And the last couple of seasons in both soccer and basketball, it's the 2 sports that we've been able to cover as a part of our Prep Championship coverage. Last year, the Gray Bees winning both the Prep A Championship in soccer and basketball against Blair Academy. Blair losing to Pennington in the semifinals of this tournament. So the number 1 seed in the tournament has held their home field and currently holds a 1-0 lead. Just over 16 minutes into the first half.
Get at him. Get at him. Settle down.
This is Alba. And now George. The lefty rolls it too far. Back for Alba. So throw in here for the Pennington Red Raiders. And it's Kyle Galloway, one of their captains. who restarts. Long ball played up ahead. And lots of room here for Marco Di Natale. Down the midfield, it's Jared Panson, also a captain for the Red Raiders. Good possession here for Pennington as they find the right man here on the near side. It's Galloway, weaving his way towards the middle. And Diop is there to help now. Diop trying to beat his man along the right side, tackled away by a couple of St. Benedict's prep grade Bs. Oh, beautiful pass there by Gavilanes. High-level soccer here as Diop's got to step on his man. Diop looking for his second goal. Does enough to keep this one in play into the corner as the Gray Bees will be able to clear it away down the left side. Be a throw for the Red Raiders. And another throw. As this will be a goal kick. (0-0) here in the Prep A State Championship. Coming to you live from Pennington, New Jersey, the Pennington School. Second game of our doubleheader. If you missed the girls' game, the undefeated Pennington Red Raiders are not undefeated anymore in girls soccer, as they went down to the Oak Knoll Royals, who picked up their first ever Prep A State Championship. Final was 3-1. Great game there. And we expect similar entertaining things in this boys' title game. This is Diop. Finding Galloway. Diop. Taken down. Little chatter after the fact from Luan Lamas, as Lamas committed the foul. And Pennington will have a chance to get forward here. As they set this one up from about 50 yards away from the cage. Jared Panson from West Windsor, New Jersey. Junior midfielder. Plays it short, and it was touched by St. Benedict's. This will be a corner. So once again, Jared Panson goes in to deliver. And the referee in the middle of the field, you may have just heard that whistle, and he waved his arms off your screen and said no more. Obviously a lot of jawing here in this one as this finds the head of Pennington and it goes just wide. Good delivery there by the Red Raiders and a good chance, but nothing doing in the goal department, still 1-0. This has become a rivalry this season. You know that St. Benedict's, they don't like losing and they don't like not winning. And they did not win against Pennington earlier this season. That's a handball against Mickey George. And another free kick coming here for the Red Raiders. The classic "You Can't Do That" chant by the Pennington faithful. The Pennington faithful situated literally right next to the St. Benedict's faithful. So let's hope for everyone's sake that things stay civil over there on the far side. There they are. And here's the delivery. And it's on net. It's a great save made by the goalkeeper, Majera. What a delivery from Diop. He nearly had his 31st goal of the season and his second here this evening. So the Red Raiders, after losing the possession battle for the first, it seemed, 15 minutes of this game, the last 10 minutes, it seems like the Red Raiders have been threatening And again, they have a corner with Jared Panson in the near corner. Panson's delivery is short, and it's going to find the corner. Oh, man. Diop again. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 2-0 Pennington here in the Prep A State Championship. Look at Diop coming across here. They went near post, and Diop put it into the upper 90. Nothing that anyone can do about it. Goalkeeper had no chance. Man guarding the far post definitely had no chance. And Pennington leads 2-0 here in the Prep A title game. Diop with his 31st, the man who has put the team on his back all year long, in the goals department at least. Receives it out of the air here. And wins it into the corner. Diop might have another. Diop centering. Still stays in the offensive zone for the Red Raiders. And this shot will come on. Easily played by Majera. Not used to having a 2-0 deficit. As a whistle here comes, it's against St. Benedict's Prep. So 31 goals this year for Ibrahima Diop. The next up on the Pennington Red Raiders in the goals department is Pedro Dalabella. He's got 13. So the junior from St. Louis, Senegal, has made this single-handedly a 2-0 game. Foul against Pennington. See Diop going up there and fronting that ball right away. You know, obviously he can't legally stand there, but at the very least, he slows down St. Benedict's. You know how quickly the Gray Bees can play. And on those set pieces, they're going to try to restart probably even quicker now, down by 2 goals. So the Red Raiders will do all they can as this one does not get through. It's a throw. Last touch by Pacelli, the junior defender for the Gray Bees. As this one comes out of bounds on the near side. Last touch by number 9. And Timmy Coe, sophomore from Princeton. Substitution here for St. Benedict's. Tiago Franca, sophomore forward, into the game. Fun fact about Tiago Franca, his brother, Adriano. Yeah, that Adriano of the Brazilian national team, or formerly of the Brazilian national team. So great soccer blood for Tiago Franca as he looks to make a mark on this St. Benedict's Gray Bees program. George delivers in the middle here, and that one's going to find its way over the net for a corner kick. Delivery in from the far corner. And now the near side. It's Paolo who puts it low and hard into the keeper. Good save made by Pinato. Man, Celio Pompao did not have an angle on that shot, but somehow it found its way on cage. That was the best opportunity we've seen for St. Benedict so far.
All right, Celio, just stay for now, Celio. It's okay. You can't go now. With the 9, right? Hey, go on the 6. Straight up. No fouls, no hands.
2-0 the score. The Gray Bees playing or trying to play the comeback kids. Gavilanes gets it wide, and this will be a throw here for St. Benedict. Luan Lamas leaves it off for Joe Alba. Foul against St. Benedict's.
Samuel, don't wait for the ball. Just take up to it. Okay, just stay there. Stay there. You're good.
Get a good look at number 11, Kyle Galloway, the captain, telling his team to get up forward. Ibrahima Diop shoulders that one down and is able to settle. Man, he's been phenomenal here today. 2 goals and another beautiful pass. Finds it here at the top of the 18. Can't get past George, though. George again pokes it forward. And room in the midfield here for Gavilanes. Gavilanes had his pass intercepted. And now it's Lamas. And Galloway able to clear it all the way back to the defense. Headed immediately forward by George. Quickly over to Matthew Moreno. Tries to play it along the right side, but it'll find its way out of bounds, and a throw here for Pennington. Substitutions here for the Red Raiders, 2 of them. Back in comes Nicolas Herreras. And number 10 is Dawson Dekoff. Another good play in the back here by Pennington. Galloway rolls it forward. Back to St. Benedict's. Grey Bees just have not been able to get in any sort of rhythm, though as I say that, here's a great opportunity, and it's a goal! Lamas! Pinato came out to play it, and Lamas made him pay with a beautiful head ball. The Rainbow able to beat him. Pinato almost got back there to defend it out in the end, but the Grey Bees are finally on the board. 11 minutes and 23 seconds to go here in half number 1. And this is shaping up to be a fun one. Galloway along the right side. I'd be willing to bet that that's not the last goal we'll see tonight, though Pennington would be fine if it was. The assist by Mickey George. So 2 goals from Diop of Pennington, 1 goal from Luan Lamas, the junior midfielder of St. Benedict's Prep. This is Galloway. By the way, Diop, Ibrahima Diop, did take a seat on the bench as he rests and grabs a water break. Far side, the head ball by Herreras. And into the corner it goes here as they'll play back to the keeper. A foul is committed against Pennington's Dawson Dekoff. Also a captain. A senior from Lambertville, New Jersey. And we have seen a couple of brilliant finishes in this game so far. The last 2 goals via the head ball. Diop's off the corner kick. And Lamas's off the feed from George from midfield. Was able to lob it over the goalkeeper. Here's George with space in the midfield, and he lined it up to shoot there, but it was deflected right back. One timed back forward and headed high into the air. Pennington is able to win that one, but it comes down to the Gray Bees.
Get your shape, Will! Get your shape!
Good tackle there by Dolabella. Second leading scorer on the team. And another tackle won by St. Benedict's. Both teams using both sides of the field and switching fields very effectively. Phenomenal ball handlers on both sides. This is one of them, George. He loses possession here. And it deflects all the way ahead, out of bounds. Diop set to come back in. And he will do just that. Ibrahima Diop, after a short break, will come in with just under 8 minutes on the clock. Relieves number 14, Chris Eggs-Kring. St. Benedict's has this throw. Gavilanes puts it on Cage. Oh, and it's just wide. It beat the keeper. Panado sprawled for it, but he came up empty. And lucky for him, it found its way just wide of the far post.
Come on, Alan. Come on, Alan. Alan, test this keeper when we can. Straight up, straight up.
Whistle here at midfield as you see the captain. That's number 10 and Dawson Dekoff talking with the referee at midfield.
Hey, Thiago, Thiago. Hey,
Go ahead, Thiago. Thiago.
Of course, representing your squad
18. 18. Go.
as the liaison to those referees. Dawson Dekoff, the captain, does the honors there. Dekoff lets this one fly over his head. Mickey George wins it here. George with the orange cleats comes to the near side. And Celio Pompau. Now a good win by Dekoff. Gets past Pompau. Can't get past George. No call is made. Dekoff is down. George finds Pompau along the left side. Pompau wants to cross. He's guarded now by one of the other captains and Kyle Galloway. Plays a trail for the crossover. Dekoff is still down on the field. Finally, the whistle blows. And the captain will now be attended to.
Alba, come here, come here.
He looks like he's clutching that inner right thigh. Hopefully just a Charlie horse or a quick cramp for Dawson Dekoff as he limps off the field. But clearly in some pain on that right leg. They'll restart with a drop ball after Dekoff makes his way off the field. They did stop the clock, and they've stopped the clock here during the goals. You don't always see that. But on the clock here, there's under 7 minutes to go. On your screen, you see we're in the 37th minute. And we'll play probably to the 43rd or 44th on your screen. This is Pompau somehow getting away from 2 defenders. Now into the 18, where he's met by Pennington.
No turn. No turn.
Now Diop receiving the trail ball. Trying to play it forward. No one's up ahead. Giving chase is Chris Eggs-Kring. I thought he was the one that subbed out for Diop, but he stayed on the field. Comes down to Jared Panson. Last touched here by him.
Go, Celio. Vai, Celio. Vai, Celio.
Again, Lamas gets by his man. Diop, though, coming back to help. And knocked high in the air. Over midfield. Still a 2-1 game. Pennington leads, though it was 2-0. And a great play there defensively, Marco Di Natale from Sao Paulo, Brazil. So a number of Brazilian connections in this one. Mentioned Thiago Franco of St. Benedict's Prep, the brother of Adriano of the Brazilian national team. As Pennington will have another substitute, Eric Broadway comes back into the game. He plays defense for head coach Bridges. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. It's been a good one, and we expect it to continue to be for the remaining 45 minutes of regulation. Celio Pompau. And now it's Broadway. Oh, he gets by his man. Broadway along the right side. And this one knocked off of Broadway. Brilliant defensive play there by number 2 and Brian Pacelli. As Pacelli receives back here at the 18 and clears it deep. Adam Charles giving chase for Pennington, winning the throw for the Red Raiders. Galloway. For Broadway, can he save it? Yes, he can. Does not, oh, he does. Brilliant play, once again, by Broadway as he keeps it not only in bounds, but among 2 Gray Bees defenders. Kept possession and then drew the foul. So Pennington, yet another opportunity with 3.5 to go here in the first half. And it's Diop who will serve this one in. Remember, we saw Diop with a free kick from more in the middle of the field, nearly put one in as Diop gets some direction from the near side referee as to where to place that ball. He finally puts it in its appropriate spot. And Diop delivers, finds the chest of a Pennington player in the middle. That was Broadway. And St. Benedict's clears away. Last touched by a Red Raider. Pompau trying to shield off his man. Good defending by Jared Sabarski. See, things have been quite physical in this game, and you can hear tensions are high. That foul was called against Pennington.
In the box, in the box, in the box. Get in the box. Good.
Ball delivered in. Headed by Pennington at the top of the 18. But here it's won by St. Benedict's if they can save it, and they cannot. Clock stopped here at 2 minutes, so official time in the referee's pockets. They will tell us when the end of the half comes. Add some time for a couple injuries that occurred, including the one to Dawson Dekoff, one of the captains, one of the 3 captains for Pennington. The Red Raiders will likely be happy with a 2-1 lead heading in to the halftime. Maybe they can get more as they try to get on the attack here. St. Benedict's defends it away. And room in the midfield for Gavilanes. Gets it wide for Celio Pompau. Gets past Galloway. Galloway got a touch, though, and disrupted things. And ultimately it comes to Jared Panson. Now Galloway, left foot, clears it deep. William Dukovic there. Dukovic again, playing center back. Heads it, now fights for it. Diop got a touch. Diop, one-on-one, puts it on net with his left foot, and he splits the uprights. So dangerous, Ibrahima Diop. And when he's got his foot on the ball, it seems like Pennington's got a chance to put another goal on the board. He's already scored 2 of them here today. And it's the reason why the Red Raiders have a 1-goal lead here in the Prep A Championship. Flicked back. Headed by Galloway. And knocked ahead by Joe Alba. And Galloway just clears this one. Again, it looks like Pennington fairly content to go into halftime with a 2-1 lead, and that is exactly what is going to happen. The Red Raiders lead 2-1, 2 goals by Ibrahima Diop give them a 1-goal advantage here in the Prep A Championship, looking to knock off St. Benedict's Prep here in the Prep A title game for the first time in 27 years. We'll be back for the second half of play. You're watching live high school soccer here on the Strive Network. Start of the second half here at the Pennington School in Pennington, New Jersey. Hey, don't forget, follow us on Twitter at Strive Network, our handle. And don't forget as well to click that subscribe button on YouTube. Subscribe to Strive, you get all of the updates as to when we're live streaming, when our videos are uploaded, etc. 2-1 the score here at halftime. Those Pennington Red Raiders and that guy, number 21, Ibrahima Diop. The reason the Red Raiders have a 2-1 lead, he scored both of his team's goals. His 30th and 31st of the season. As the team switch side of the field. St. Benedict's will move left to right. And Pennington from right to left. To recap the first half, the 2 goals were scored by Ibrahima Diop, one very early on. In fact, it was the first shot on goal of the game. As Diop goes down on the head ball, speaking of the native of Senegal. And that is the last person you want to see go down if you're the Pennington School, as he has been their offense throughout this season, and specifically here in this game. And you see the referees calling over the training staff, and that is not what you want to see, as I just mentioned, as Diop was the man in the first half for this Pennington Schools, scoring 2 goals. So he scored 2 goals, including a phenomenal head ball. And in fact, while we have a moment, we're going to see if we can pot up those goals. And here's the first, oh no, this is the girls' game. Here we go, here's one of them. As we see the end of the goal, we'll spin it back here, and you'll see it develop, as this was Diop, the first goal of the game. Able to slide it into the corner. He does walk off under his own power here. And it is a head injury, as you can see him clutching his head. He went up for that head ball. And you know, nowadays, I know it's not a football game, but the training staff, and especially at the high school level, they're not going to take, they're going to do what they can to get him back in the game, but the way that sports are today, those head injuries are taken very, very seriously. So Diop comes off. The field. And Pennington has a head ball from the back here. Mickey George with his right foot. Gets it to his man. And number 23, Matt Moreno. As Broadway makes the interception, however, gives it right back to George. Moreno. Right flank. Trying to center. Defended away. Certainly Pennington. I wonder what their game plan is here in the second half, whether they go on the attack, especially with Diop out. Whether they go on the attack at all, or whether they try to play back and a little bit more defensive. You know, obviously a 1-goal lead is not a lot, especially against the St. Benedict's Prep Grey Bees. They can score in an instant, as Diop is set to check back in for the Pennington Red Raiders. That's good to see. So Diop back in. He relieves number 14 in Chris Egg-Krings. So Diop receives a nice little round of applause as he comes back onto the field. And just 2 minutes into the second half, it's already been an eventful one for number 21. This is Galloway. along the right side as this one bounces right at midfield. And a nice play there by William Dukovic, but he has it taken away. And the Red Raiders have numbers. They try to spring Diop. He's got speed. Diop wins the race. He's got possession along the far side. 2 men there. They double team him. Diop loses possession, and he gets called for the foul as the whistle came in. So you know St. Benedict's knows where Diop is when he has the ball, and it seems like there's 2 Gray Bees swarming him. As this one finds its way all the way near the back line, and Marco Di Natale will let it roll over for a goal kick.
Hey, 1 each, that's it, come on. Straight up, Alan, second ball, we go forward. Second ball, we go forward.
Eric Broadway set the check back in. He's a junior, he's from Princeton.
Straight up, straight up.
Ball headed near midfield. Again, it's Diop giving chase. He's not going to catch up to this one as it rolls over the line. So 2-1 game. Pennington has the lead, trying to disrupt the 27 consecutive Prep State championships won by St. Benedict's Prep. 4 of the last 5 years, the team has won the national title. Doesn't seem like they're going to do that this year, as they do have 3 losses. 1 to Delran. And that's a team that Pennington beat this season. That's the reason we're playing here instead of in Newark, New Jersey.
Back into a shirt. Luan, find a shirt. Back in the one. Go get it, Matt. Go get it, Matt. Got a challenge. Got to want it.
Knocked high in the air. It'll bounce at the 15-yard line on the football field. Headed out of bounds by Pennington. And a throw deep in enemy territory here for the Gray Bees as they try to equalize. They were down by 2 goals. The goal by Lamas on a beautiful head ball. It was the one that got the Gray Bees on the board. Here's Mickey George, lofts it in, and it's too far in front of any of his intended targets. Instead, it hits the target, and Max Pinato makes the save. Nice step by Broadway. And it's George. George sliding it through. Good work by Galloway. He's played solid defense. And it's cleared away by Pennington. I think when in doubt, Pennington's up by 1 goal. You're going to see that a decent amount. Just clearing the ball as far downfield as you possibly can. Knowing how quickly St. Benedict's can turn in on Cage. This is Diop playing trail, back to Galloway. And good work there as they have possession now in St. Benedict's territory, but it's tackled away. And played deep by Matthew Moreno. Now the Gray Bees have it. They get it middle. Knocked away by Adam Charles, though. They stop the clock here with 33 minutes to go, and a yellow card comes out. This one granted to St. Benedict's Prep. Back in comes Nicholas Devasha. It's Joe Alba, the captain, who receives the yellow card. I believe that's the first yellow card of the game, which is fairly surprising based on the physicality of this one and the chirpiness, if you will, of this one. See a lot of players jawing after the fact, as this one's headed back to Majera. The junior goalkeeper instructs his team to get forward. Plays short to his defender in Dukovic. He plays it long. There's Marco Di Natale who has it. Down the midfield, it's Diop. A little bit of room, beats his man, Dukovic, and tries to get through to Broadway. Deflected again, and it finds its way back to Majera. Captain Joe Alba set to check right back in after receiving that yellow card. Of course, he'll have to be careful not to pick up another. As Diop knocks it forward, and he's going to win the race down the sideline. He's able to cross, and this one's going to go over the head of the goalkeeper. He did find the foot of Eric Broadway.
We got to move the ball. Mickey, Lord, get the ball. Let's move it. Let's move the ball.
As you hear St. Benedict's prep and the coaching staff trying to instruct their team as to how to crack the Pennington Red Raiders, who have been solid defensively in this one. The only goal coming off a phenomenal head ball by Lamas. On the feed from Mickey George. And there really wasn't much sustained pressure leading up to that goal. It was just a long ball that was finished beautifully by Lamas. Gavilanes. And now this one being played as Pinato is able to pick this one up right in front of Phil Lucas. Lucas may have mishit that one. St. Benedict's prep receives possession back. Not until Eric Broadway is able to win it. And now Diop in the midfield. Good find on the near side here for Pennington. This is Charles. And now Timmy Coe. Deflected out of bounds. Diop last to touch. Knocked forward, and this is received by Kyle Galloway. Among those anchoring this solid defensive back, as Diop will chase this one. The defender is William Dukovic, and he's forced to play it back to Majera, who blasts it past midfield. Bad pass from George. Goes out of bounds. 10 minutes into the second half. No score in the second frame. All the scoring coming in the first half. Again, 2 from Ibrahima Diop of Pennington. 1 from Luan Lamas of St. Benedict's prep. I believe a handball over there on the far side. So a free kick for the Gray Bees. Set to check in for Pennington. Chris Egg Krings, junior from Wayne, New Jersey. Gavilanes gets it to the top of the 18, weaving his way back as Matt Moreno. Oh, this is Moreno here on the near side, guarded by Broadway, and Broadway wins the battle. However, Moreno able to retain possession as he gets it back to his defenders, and they try the long ball. Headed right back down into the midfield. Moreno along the right side, trying the 1-2 pass. Moreno chasing, Broadway there. Out of bounds it goes off of St. Benedict's prep. And ball out of bounds will allow the substitution to come in. As again, Chris Egg Krings enters into the game. He relieves Timmy Coe, sophomore from Princeton. And right into the game, Egg Krings does well for Pennington. However, foul is called against the Red Raiders, and here is a set piece for St. Benedict's. 12 minutes into the second half. This is number 22, Luan Lamas, the goal scorer for the Gray Bees. You can hear the chants from the faithful of St. Benedict's Prep. They have come out in numbers here today to Pennington. Low ball defended away easily by the Red Raiders and headed forward, but Lamas got a touch. There's Diop who plays it forward, and Diop who knocks it ahead but out of bounds. Not only is Ibrahima Diop a phenomenal offensive player, but the kid has been all over the place. He has been checking back defensively and helping out the Red Raiders in getting back on D. Here he is, shielding his body, as this one will be whistled out of bounds on the near side. Charles throws it in, and he will likely do it again. 20 yards up. Midfield room here for St. Benedict's Prep. Gavilanes along the left side. Getting back there defensively is Herrera, the Mexico native. And this one easy enough for Pineda. Diop. Egg Krings finds the right ball in the midfield, looking for a leaking Eric Broadway. Didn't get there. This one too far for Gavilanes. And now it's Herrera trying to flick it forward. Herrera chasing. A couple of players whiffed. And now it's George along the left side. Good slide tackle out of bounds and a throw for St. Benedict's. 2-1 the score, approaching 15 minutes into this second half. Gavilanes. Nice move there by number 21 in Phil Lucas. Again, Pennington just not giving up anything defensively, and they have locked down even more so since they've had their leads. It was a 2-0 lead, now it's a 2-1 lead. Number of substitutions coming in for both teams. Number 9 back in, and Timmy Coe. He relieves Eric Broadway for Pennington. Luis Silva, the forward for St. Benedict's, will take his rightful position in the offensive third, as well as Francisco Corral. This is Silva fighting for the Gray Bees. A good shield by Pennington, and they'll have a goal kick. Knocked ahead by Pennington. Diop chasing. Diop getting there, forcing it to the far side, and Pennington will have possession. Oh, they did. But the referee put the flag in the air and said it was out of bounds.
Go! Go! You gotta see that, okay?
And Raiders will be able to get forward here as they have another kick coming. And Kyle Galloway will do the honors. The captain lofts it into the middle of the 18. Missed everyone's head. And it's got it. It made its way into the arms of Joseph Majera. Jarrell wants to restart with a throw. Instead, it looks like he'll boot it. Low line drive. Eventually comes down to Lucas. Gavilanes turns upfield, has help from George. Great ball there as Pompau had a step, but then he lost it. This is Silva receiving back. Silva trying to play forward. It comes back to George. St. Benedict's looking to switch the field. Oh, dangerous pass there, and now we've got a down Pennington Red Raider. And it's the forward for Pennington, and St. Benedict's not happy about the stoppage in play there. But if you're St. Benedict's, you got a little lucky there, as Timmy Coe was right in the passing lane, and if things worked out in Pennington's favor on that play, Coe would have had a 2-on-1 with Ibrahima Diop on his wing. Instead, Coe just missed the ball, and his feet got tangled up with the feet of St. Benedict's, and he's slow to get up. Coe will limp off the field, and back in comes number 10, Dawson Dekoff. So for the most part, the referee here has done a pretty good job this game in terms of keeping the peace. Pennington will give it back to St. Benedict's prep. And they kicked it out of bounds, and that's not in the etiquette of soccer, if you will. You're supposed to just give it back to the other team. And Diop played it out of bounds deep in enemy territory. So that's why you heard some groans from the sideline of St. Benedict's prep. But you know that Pennington, they're going to try to get every little edge that they can, as Diop has some speed and has possession here. Plays it up ahead. Diop, he's slow to get up as he was tangled in the midfield with a St. Benedict's prep player, but Diop gets it back. Diop, though, intercepted by number 3, William Dukovic. Still 2-1. The score here in the Prep A Championship. Nice move by Galloway. And Galloway with the lobbed through ball, as this is off of Pennington. Have not seen really any chances for either team in the second half. It's been a half primarily played in the midfield. Things looked like they were opening up in the first half for both teams, as the Gray Bees have it deep. This is Lucas trying to center. A bounce to the top of the 18. And it's Mickey George. Maybe had a step to shoot there, and now we have a down Pennington Red Raider once again. And this is Jared Panson. So the second captain of Pennington to go down in this game. This time it's Panson. Junior from West Windsor, New Jersey. So they stop the clock here with 19:47 to go as teams get a little built-in water break. And what has cooled down considerably here and has turned into a sort of chilly night. And it has been a very fun night of soccer, or football, as it's referred to from most of the countries that these players are from. As coming off the field is Panson. Obviously in a bit of pain there, not putting any pressure on the right side of his body, or at least the right leg. Room here for St. Benedict's Prep at the top of the 18. Galloway knocks it away. And miscommunication there. However, Pennington overcomes with Dawson Dekoff. It is a throw for the Gray Bees. Dekoff, though, great tackle. Looking for Broadway, who gets past his man. Can Broadway get there? He cannot get there before the goalkeeper, Majera, does. Great read by the goaltender for St. Benedict's Prep. Here's a throw for Pennington as they have made it through this, through halfway of this second half without allowing St. Benedict's Prep to score and tie this game. So that most recent chance, that probably was the best chance for either team in the second half. As Diop knocks it ahead, it'll find its way out of bounds. Giving chase is George. He won't get there. Out of bounds. And a goal kick. Pennington looking to mark themselves in history here. And the New Jersey Preps, they want to be the first team in 28 years besides St. Benedict's Prep to have their name engraved on the trophy. Diop gives chase. And St. Benedict's Prep has some good a good attack working as it's knocked out of bounds, and they're going to call this against the Gray Bees, though. So a restart with a kick here for Pennington. Deflected there by Pompau. Pennington tight-roping that far sideline. And it found its way over the yellow line. It's Pacelli on the throw. Put it away by Pennington. Might see them do that more and more as we're under 16 and a half minutes to go in this game. Pacelli looking for a long throw. Does get it into the 18. Finds George, and it went off the post. And offsides on the rebound was Luis Silva. Mickey George loses the battle there with Kyle Galloway. Another throw here for the Gray Bees. Just about 15 minutes to go. Red Raiders tied St. Benedict's earlier this season, 1-1. They lead them 2-1 here in the second half of the Prep A State Championship. It's a handball and a free kick for Pennington.
Straight up, Benedict, straight up.
Two Ibrahima Diop goals, still the difference in the game for the Gray Bees. And they're going to say that Pennington undercut St. Benedict's there, so a foul is called. And once again, a chance to get forward for the Gray Bees. And once again, it's Dawson Dekoff getting the explanation from the referee, the captain. Dekoff clearly trying to waste some time as he fronts that one up. And here's a throw coming for the Gray Bees after the free kick. Big running start for Pacelli. Headed by Galloway. Good work by Dekoff. And they force St. Benedict's to reset Moreno. Dukovic. And lots of room down the left side and numbers for St. Benedict's. This is a big opportunity for the Gray Bees, but it's defended away by Pennington. Moreno plays it back to the top of the 18. Headed by Pennington, right to a Gray Bee. Gavilanes. Now it's George. Diop finds Broadway. And booted there by Pennington. It doesn't go very far as it was deflected. Headed, though, by the Red Raiders. And now Pacelli fights for it for the Gray Bees. Diop at midfield. Finds the head of his teammate. Now Dekoff playing right forward. Gets past a man. Weaves to the middle of the field. Dekoff gets past another guy and then loses possession. And now it's St. Benedict's looking to counterattack. They've got numbers. Gavilanes. Middle of the field. It's Corral, and now George. George receiving. And at the very least, he wins a corner here for the Gray Bees. 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go. St. Benedict's Prep looking to equalize. Here on the corner kick. High ball to the far post. Finds a head of a St. Benedict Prep Gray Bee. And William Dukovic hit it over the net. What a glorious opportunity that was as he was unmarked on the far post. Another stoppage of the time, and another card might be coming out. Let's see for who. Did not see a card come out, but just a warning from the referee. So he stopped the clock for a moment. Still 11:48 to go. And we're back in play with nothing coming out of the pocket of the referee. Trying to spring Diop. He's got a head of speed. Diop scores! Ibrahima Diop with the hat trick. Put it up in the vicinity. Diop will go get it, and then he'll finish as well as anyone likely in the state of New Jersey, maybe even the country. Ibrahima Diop putting on a show here in the Prep A state title game, and Pennington, they can taste it now. 11 and a half to go. The Red Raiders lead by 2. It's desperation time if you're St. Benedict's Prep. Goals number 30, 31, and 32. By the way, on the goal, Diop hurt himself. As you see him limping off the field, he's going to come out. But not before he puts in goal number 3. The junior from Senegal. He'll get looked at here on the sideline. But we're back to the action. 11 and a half to go. St. Benedict's Prep now back down by 2 goals. They were trailing 2-0 earlier on. Another foul called against the Pennington Red Raiders. And they'll play it short to George. George plays it into the middle. Ahead of Dukovic. Keeps it alive. And a dangerous play is the call. As you see there, that's Diop being attended to on the sideline. If he can get back into the game, you know he's going to. Dukovic plays it over his head. Headed down by Chris Egg Krings. Nice work down the far sideline by Pennington. And they win a foul. Wow, well done by the Red Raiders, and they'll be able to kill some more time.
Yes, help.
So here's a free kick as you get a look at Chad Bridges pacing quite violently along the sideline. He can feel something special here. He's just under 10 minutes away from knocking off St. Benedict's. Another chance for more. Finds the head of a man in the middle for Pennington, and another great opportunity to make it 4-1. But Marco Di Natale, check that, that was Pedro Dolabella, who played it wide. This one comes down to Broadway. Broadway gets past his man, stops it on the goal line. Goal kick to come.
Right to get the ball and then create. Mickey, what are you doing? Phil! Come out here. Hey!
Just under 9 minutes to go. Headed back to the keeper in Majera. He's got to restart quickly. His team's down by 2.
Mickey, stop!
Broadway.
Don't stop. Get home, Phil. Help us. Mickey, behind you.
Broadway with another great move. As St. Benedict's looks to clear it away. Don't have a ton of players forward, though. This is not a situation that they have been in really at all over the last 5 years.
Other side,
A team that earlier this year had a 70-game unbeaten streak. In fact, they had a 69-game win streak that was snapped by these Pennington Red Raiders when they tied earlier in the year. And that's a handball. So Pennington looking to snap not only that win streak earlier this season, but also the Prep A title streak. And they're just 7.5 minutes away from doing so. Galloway from the right back position. Good run here for St. Benedict's. But again, Galloway is so strong in the back, right at the 18. He makes the play. And knocked all the way down the field. That's going to kill some time. No icing in soccer. As George has it. Long ball gets in on Pineda, and he can take his time.
Alba, keep finding the ball. Keep finding the ball. Dictate the tempo. Yes, back.
That's a foul. Nothing called on George. Instead, it's a tackle for St. Benedict's. Can they keep this ball in play along the far side? As Joe Alba trying to. Wins a throw. Quick restart. Alba looking to spring his man in Pompau. And it's a foul against Pompau. Once again, you can see the frustrated play from St. Benedict's as they try to make something happen in this game, but Pennington has just not allowed them to do so.
Maddie, come on, encouragement.
Gavilanes able to get this one central, and Pineda makes the save. Here's Philip George. Again, it's Galloway. That's going to be a handball against St. Benedict's. Against Facundo Frascola. It certainly isn't over yet. St. Benedict's does need a goal here soon, though. Gavilanes has a switch. And that's a foul. Mickey George will line it up. Mickey will come off the ball, so he'll look to get in on the play. As we're under 4 minutes, here's the delivery in. Far post, punched away by Pineda. And cleared away by Jared Panson. Right back in it comes. Pineda punches it this time once again, and it's taken down here by Pennington. They clear it all the way the length of the field. We're forced to play it as Joseph Megara. 3:20 to go. Pennington Red Raiders have not lost this season, and they do not plan on doing so here today. Here's Pompao. Oh, man. Just a couple of feet away from getting St. Benedict's back on the board. And back in comes Ibrahima Diop. Talk about a closer. Well, Diop comes in. The lone goal scorer for the Pennington Red Raiders, who went down with an injury after his third goal, comes back on the field. And that's good news, as he'll likely have some fresh legs to try to close this one out for Pennington. There he is in the midfield. However, it comes down to George, chests it down. Mickey George along the far side, keeps possession. Tries to slide it through. Once again, there's Kyle Galloway. He makes another play. 2 minutes to go. This is Broadway in a foot race. They have to play it back to Majera. And Majera plays it with his feet. Another foul. And this is just about going to do it, as more time is going to come off the clock. And Pennington has a set piece deep in enemy territory. The unlikely is happening before our eyes. 27 straight Prep A titles for St. Benedict's Prep. That streak in danger. Over the line it comes. We've got a goal kick. Substitution as the captain, Dawson Dekoff, comes back in. Pennington will have a free kick here. And now we're just waiting on the referee's whistle. He's got the official time. This ball cleared out of bounds on the far side. Another quick throw in here as St. Benedict's tries for some last moment heroics. It's Pineda who has it. The whistle blows. And the Pennington Red Raiders have knocked off the St. Benedict's Prep Gray Bees and are Prep A champions. The first team to call themselves Prep A champions, not named St. Benedict's, in the last 27 seasons. Ibrahima Diop with 3 goals. All 3 of his team's goals. And the Red Raiders on their home field win 3-1 over St. Benedict's. An improbable win. An improbable streak by St. Benedict's. 27 in a row, but it had to come to an end eventually, I guess. Nearly 3 decades later, it's the Pennington Red Raiders who put an end to the streak. What a performance by Pennington. Incredibly, Chad Bridges' team comes away with the victory here. And what's likely the best win of all of those guys' young soccer careers. It's something that they'll never forget. Max Pineda playing a solid game in net. Pinado, excuse me. And Chad Bridges, the head coach for this Pennington team. Got to give your kudos to him, putting his team in a position to win here. Certainly going to be up there with the best wins of his career, I'm sure, at any level, playing or coaching.
Show them the respect they deserve, man.
And you just heard one of the Pennington players saying, show St. Benedict's the respect they deserve, and respect where respect is due. And that's certainly with this Gray Bee soccer program, who had one of the most amazing runs you could see in terms of 27 in a row Prep A state championships. And remarkably, that streak comes to an end here on the road. So Pennington against St. Benedict's this year, 1-0-1. They tied the Gray Bees earlier this season. And here in the game that mattered the most, the Prep A state championship, the Red Raiders come out victorious, and they have engraved their names onto that trophy. There's Chad Bridges in the red hoodie. Two unbelievable coaches for St. Benedict's Prep and Pennington. Jimmy Wandling and Chad Bridges. And look at the crowd here as the squad gets smothered by the fans. Unbelievable. Congratulations to the Pennington Red Raiders, the Prep A state champions. We're going to hang around for the trophy ceremony. And you could see a lot of hands on heads. There's disbelief that the Red Raiders just pulled off this upset. You had to tie St. Benedict's early in the year. That's one thing. To beat them in the Prep A state championship after, you know, the Gray Bees wanted nothing more than to show their dominance and beat a team that tied them. They could not do so. The Red Raiders just stifled them defensively all game. Ibrahima Diop provided the offense they needed. And then on defense, I think a lot of credit has got to go, obviously, to the goalkeeper and Max Pinato. The guy that stood out to me defensively today was the captain, number 11, and Kyle Galloway. He was a stalwart. And every time St. Benedict's looked to get in a rhythm offensively, they could not do so.
The lineup on the 50 for the presentation.
You can hear in the background the voice of Bill Quirk, the director of the NJISAA. He will be the MC for the trophy presentation, in which the Pennington Red Raiders will be awarded the crown. Well, it's not a crown, but it is a trophy. They are now kings of the Prep A. Now 16-0-3 on the season. There he is, Bill Quirk. Also the athletic director at the Hun School. So St. Benedict's Prep now with 4 losses on the season. As the teams await St. Benedict's, well, Pennington and Bill Quirk await St. Benedict's as they huddle up and have a bit of a team prayer after this game. The best of teams stick together in the toughest of times, and this one is going to sting for a while if you're the Gray Bees. Knowing the history behind that winning streak in the Prep A title game. Not a pleasant feeling if you're St. Benedict's, but certainly a lot to feel proud of with this soccer program.
On behalf of the New Jersey Independent School
And we're going to turn up the Nat sound and let you hear Bill Quirk.
Division, I present the trophy to St. Benedict's, if I can have their captain. I would like to congratulate both teams on a great game and a tremendous season. And at this time, I'd like to announce the 2016 Prep A Soccer Championship goes to the Pennington School.
One second. Let's do it real quick. Here with Kyle Galloway, one of the captains of this Pennington School team. Kyle, you just made history. You just beat St. Benedict's Prep.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels absolutely amazing. It's the first in school history that we've ever beaten Benedict's, and the first time in 27 years that Benedict's has lost in the state. So this is a really great feeling for us.
It seemed like as a game plan, you guys were able to stop them defensively. How were you able to do so?
Really, we weren't really that compact in the back. I'm sure they were planning for us to sit in, but we wanted to bring the game to them. They're coming to our field, so mainly we just played out of the back well. We were very composed out of the back, and I think that's really what got us.
One last question. I know you want to go celebrate with your team. Ibrahima Diop, 3 goals. What does this kid mean to your squad?
He's honestly a wonder kid. We came into preseason. We didn't really think he was anything special. We knew he was good, and then comes out of the first game, scores 3 goals again. And, he's got more than 30 goals this season. I have to say big congrats to him. He's a great part of our team.
Yeah, 32 goals now to be exact. Certainly a special kid, a special night for you guys as well. Congratulations, Kyle.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on the Strive Network as we say goodbye. A Prep A championship for the Pennington Red Raiders
Thank you very much.
as they defeat the St. Benedict's Gray Bees 3-1 and end St. Benedict's 27 consecutive state Prep A title run. So for my director, Molly Rich, my name's Simon Rose. We're going to say so long. Thank you for joining us here on the Strive Network. We'll see you next time. Once again, St. Benedict's 1, Pennington 3. The Red Raiders are Prep A state champions in boys soccer. So long, everyone.